Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are here at the LA Auto Show for 2022, walking around. Of course, we had to stop at the Lexus booth, and I finally have been able to track one of these down where it's been in front of me for long enough to film. This is it. This is the all-new 2023 RZ 450e from Lexus. But before we get into this compact crossover luxury SUV that's electrified, let's talk about what's going on here. Lexus, they've been doing the business since 1989. That premium brand of Toyota, obviously known for so many great hits over the years. Well, guess what? The industry is going towards electrification, and Lexus is ready to bring their first fully electric vehicle. Now, of course, they've done hybrids, and that is another form of electrification, but this RZ 450e is their way of doing the luxury, but also with zero emissions. Now, the interesting thing is there's a lot of competition that's brewing in this luxury segment of BEVs, battery electric vehicles. But what I want to find out is the Lexus the best one to buy, the best new crossover compact SUV that's luxury spec with electrification? Let's dive into the 450e and find out. Right off the bat, the style. When you see it, you know that it's a Lexus. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, this sort of looks like the same dimensions as the Toyota BZ4X, your assumptions are very correct because this is on the same platform as Toyota's BZ4X. Now, at the front of the business, you're gonna get that unique flowing style from Lexus. I love the way they do the full LED daytime running lamps with their nice kind of swoosh check mark. You have your LED headlights, and they did a great job of balancing the painted surfaces with some non-painted surfaces. So what you're gonna find is this actually charcoal metallic gray. It's not gloss black. It's a nice charcoal metallic gray finish, gives it some angular contemporary style. We do have a little bit of a functional corner air curtain because remember, on a battery electric vehicle, we wanna cut down on drag, we wanna increase aerodynamic efficiency, and that's the work that they've done on this vehicle. Of course, you're gonna have that lower extension that comes down, and like I was saying, I like the way they balance the body color painted surfaces with the non-painted surfaces. Now, of course, Lexus being Lexus is known for their spindle grille design. They had to go a little bit different direction since this technically does not have a grille. So what they did was they added this great design element on each corner of the front fascia. It gives the feel of the spindle grille design without looking like a fake grille and gives it a nice texturized surface. Definitely applaud them for that front setup. Now, as we come across the front nose, this is where you're gonna see a little bit of blending between this and the BZ4X. We have, of course, our Lexus badge, and what I love about it is that it does fully illuminate. Forward-facing camera, cleanly integrated, and like I was telling you, they weren't trying to create this fake illusion. Body colored with that spindle grille essence design that they brought in. This lower portion is functional because remember, we do have a liquid-cooled lithium-ion battery pack that's gonna help put some airflow. And because this is a crossover SUV, I like the way they put this kind of edge lip with that unique style to it that really kind of gives it some purpose to the front. Now, as we get up onto that hood, very sleek, very, very smooth around the edges and everything. If you notice, it's not just a simple go to the A-pillars. You actually have the body line that comes up, it then plateaus. There's actually a flat surface here, and then it kind of dips down and then goes towards the windshield. Aerodynamic efficiency. Now, unlike the BZ4X, you actually just get one standard way to go, two electric motors. One electric motor up front, one electric motor out back. Remember, the BZ4X, you could have just a single electric motor and have front wheel drive capability. This is all-wheel drive capability. And with the two electric motors, it does add up to performance. Now, when we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So on this RZ, you're gonna notice this beautiful, like almost like a dark aluminum finish, hand polished. Love the very classy style, definitely Lexus inspired. You're not gonna confuse this wheel with any other brand. 20-inch wheel, and if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this tire? You're basically looking at 235 on the width, 50 series sidewall. Of course, you're gonna have special tuned suspension, all four corners. And the way that they did the trim around the fender opening, I am gonna zonk it. And the reason why is I actually prefer that smoke gray finish that they have on the front. I think that would have been a nicer way to kind of bring in that flared fender. I get what they're trying to do. Maybe even body color, it might have been the way to go, but I do like the smoke gray a little bit better than this gloss black around the fender opening. But the 20-inch wheels, especially with this color, very classy, very contemporary. Now, as we go down the side, you'll notice, of course, we have our gloss black on the mirror caps. We have our LED turn signal, slim and trim. You're gonna get your 360-degree cameras. And then just like the BZ4X, this being a compact crossover luxury SUV, you could see the dimensions here with me standing next to it. Now, nice sleek roofline. Look at the way they did the door handles. So you're gonna have your gloss black with your body color, and these aren't actually handles. You don't pull on the handle. You actually push the button and then the door opens. We're not ready to go inside yet. On the bottom portion, you have a nice angular rise, and I love the way they did the side sill extension. Remember, all of this is for aerodynamic efficiency to try to increase that range. And that lithium-ion battery pack is well low in the bottom of the chassis to help with that center of gravity. Now, as we continue towards the rear, I love the way they did the rear glass for the passenger. Of course, you're gonna get that nice flow that comes into the rear quarter glass. And then wrapping it around, this is where you're gonna see more of that great Lexus style. First of all, check out the way they did the roof spoilers. So you actually have a dip in the center and then those two extensions on the side. Very, very different from the BZ4X. I love the way it's got, like I said, that nice dip in the center portion. You have a color match shark fin antenna. They did a great job keeping everything clean. No rear wiper, just a nice clean surface. And then of course, matching their other vehicles in their lineup, they decided to take away the badge and add the Lexus letters and badging that way. Gives it a nice overall dimension, especially with the LED lighting. And then of course, dropping it down, you are gonna get that really angular extension on the front, just like up front. Did a great job with the style. And then of course, you have your RZ 450e. This is the first full BEV from Lexus with that direct 4 all-wheel drive. And then really just to kind of clean it off from the back, nice smooth surfaces to wrap it up. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what luxurious things are in store on this RZ 450e. All right, guys, we're inside this Lexus RZ 450e. Expect next year us to do the first drive. Obviously, this is the first look. And of course, that question probably comes to your mind. Joe, I'm thinking about buying a BEV. I looked at Teslas. They make me want to puke. How much is this Lexus RZ 450e? Because you know what? My grandmother had a Lexus. My mom had a Lexus. My dad had a Lexus. Lexus runs in my blood, and I want to keep that lineage going. How much is it? Very good question. MSRP is probably going to start, there's no official pricing yet, probably going to start around $53,000. This one is probably going to top out around $60,000. But let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Love what they've done. Soft touch material up top. I'm liking the nice gray finish. Gives it a different element of feel. You got that microfiber suede Alcantara material. You'll notice by the switch gear, no gloss black. And then you'll also notice the button to open up the door. That is the silver lever there. It's actually a button. If the battery goes dead, then you could use it as a lever. Love the contrast stitching. Door pocket is a little tight, so maybe just one taco from Taco Bell and that's it. And I would go to Jamba Juice to kind of get a little bit more nourishment with a nice smoothie. But going from the door panel to the dash, very unique design, does not feel like any other Lexus product. I love the soft touch material. You have flat black with a little bit of silver, looking good. And then guess what? You get to the infotainment side of things, ginormous 12.3 integrated infotainment system, your power on button up top. You do have your AC vents integrated cleanly. And this is gonna have obviously Lexus's multimedia system. Real knobs for the dual climate. Obviously, I can't turn it on because I'm at the auto show, but we will be doing, like I said, the first drive. If you want connectivity, we got you covered. 1, 2, 3 USB-Cs, wireless charging. Love the dark wood finish here. This is gonna be for your direct drive transmission. A little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. Soft on the armrest, and guess what? You could open it up this way. Nice deep opening. You can literally put one California pineapple in there. I don't know if you're aware of this, but California is very popular when it comes to their pineapples. Down below, you got a place with the floating bridge design of the center console for a purse, a sack, a satchel, maybe even a Nerf football. Say you're driving by your kid brother's house and he's outside, washing his car. Just peg him right in the head with a nice Nerf football, just like you used to do when you were young kids and you used to beat them up all the time. I may not know anything about that, or maybe I do. Seats. Love the microfiber suede material all the way down, some leather on the edge, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, what about power? Horsepower, you're looking at around 308 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds, range around 220 miles. So let me know how you feel about that. But to wrap it up, we have that split solid glass roof window, panoramic window, opaque. You press the button and it goes boop to nice and clear, just like we showed you on the Toyota Venza. But why don't you come over here? I got an interesting steering wheel I want to introduce you to in the RZ. Come on over. Guys, we're inside this Lexus RZ 450e. To start off, you do get an aluminum sill plate. It looks like somebody spilled their Crappuccino here. Let me rub that off a little bit. No LED lighting, so that's a little bit of a zonk, just an aluminum sill plate with the iconic Lexus name. You do have your seat controls, and you also have a total of 3 memory seat settings. I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of room, even with the glass panoramic roof. The good news is I was able to turn on everything in here, so let me show you. I'm gonna have Lori jump into that 12.3-inch infotainment system, nicely integrated. We've seen this system in operation before, and don't you worry, in a few short months, we're gonna be going on throttle with the first drive. You can see your different drive modes, pull up your range, which the range is lacking a little bit, and then you get right back to your beautiful map system, especially when zooming in and out. Now, steering wheel, not actually a wheel. You got your steering yoke. It almost feels like you're a Jedi Master in a TIE fighter in Star Wars. Leather wrapped all the way around. I love the Lexus badge. Flat gray on all the switchgear. You do have a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then look at the dash. That beautiful digital display right in the center there really shows everything so clearly, nicely integrated, much better than the BZ4X. Much better. And you also get an awesome head-up display. But you know what? It's not just about the people up front. Let's get into that back seat and see if they're going to enjoy the amount of luxury in this new RZ. All right, guys, back seat time in the RZ 450e. One of the things I love with this being a BEV, a battery electric vehicle, nice flat floor is going to give everybody some great passenger leg room back here. And that's one of the pluses of an electrified vehicle, is having that nice flat floor. Plus, it's great with the way that they structured the roof. You get a lot of headroom as well. Backs of the seats, love the quality material. You do get these super-sized pockets on both sides, which is going to be great for all the things that you need. You have your rear AC vents, 2 USB-Cs, and 3 stages of heated seats for your backseat passengers, plus a 12-volt. So they got you covered when it comes to connectivity. I love sitting here because the way that they angled the seats, it actually gives me more room than when I'm sitting up front. So they did a great job there. Pull down the armrest. Look at that, velvety smooth, just like the Velveteen Rabbit. Super soft, 2 cup holders. Put it back, but you know what? Obviously, we need to talk about cargo space. Let's pop the hatch and see how much room we have in the new RZ. All right, guys, rear cargo time, and you know what? Sometimes you just have to improvise. Because this is at the auto show and it's on the power inverter, for some reason the rear hatch is not opening. The show must go on. So what we did was we folded down the rear seats. This gives you a good idea of what they look like when they're folded down, almost totally flat. But the big news is you have over 25 cubic feet of space in that rear cargo area. Think about how many cases of California Twinkies you could get back there. Remember, California Twinkies, guacamole filled in the center. But like that space. But you know what? This is what is happening here at the auto show, especially from Lexus with their first electrified battery vehicle that's full luxury in a compact crossover size SUV wrapper. But let me know what you think. Is this the best new luxury crossover SUV to buy that's coming up for next year? Are you gonna take your money and go get a Jelly Bean Tesla? Let me know in that comment section, but if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. We gotta give it up to Lori, working that camera like a champ. She is making the magic happen. Show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.